Hello and welcome to Devcast Ops. My name is Barnaby and I am joined tonight by James.
Hello.
We have some problems with the cluster, and instead of figuring out all the things that we've done wrong over the past year and a bit, we're just going to shoot the thing and spin it back up from scratch and kind of see where things break as we spin back up. Because there's a couple of oddities we've hit in the past few weeks that things just aren't acting normally. So
we've built on top of it. Built on top of a live cluster always is a bit skewy because certainly as we've forgotten files or put files in the wrong place, some things are maybe not the cleanest.
When we complain about clients not having or suitable dev environments, and we just have prod. So
dev environments are expensive.
Yes, it is, but it means you have a bit of a tangled mess of a cluster. We're going to destroy the old thing and start spinning it back up and see if there's any things that we've missed in our process before. We don't have anything hugely important there. The one thing we'll keep will be data disk. Yes, but apart from that, everything else can kind of go. So share your screen and you can start the...
Yeah, so last week we did all this, we kind of set this up manually where we set up HTTP Boundary, which is a way of connecting to servers. We kind of normally use Cloudflare and GCP auth for this. We are moving away from GCP for cost reasons, really. So we're kind of going to lose the access to do GCP auth into the cluster. So we need to set up a different auth method. The boundary is kind of a hash tool for it. And it also gets around the having to run Cloudflare, which is fine, but because all your traffic gets routed through, I do notice some speed issues when I'm running it. And if you forget to turn it on before you start the stream, you drop from our video tool we use to talk to each other. So
good old peer-to-peer networking.
Yeah.
When you then open a VPN supply or something, it doesn't keep the network connection.
Sometimes it does, and sometimes it does one way. It's a bit weird because your IP doesn't change. But yeah, so we're against the boundary. We did it manually last time. We're going to try and write the Terraform code to automate it this time. And all will be glorious. This is I suppose I'm sharing my screen. This is the code that we need to write. This is stuff we did manually and it's always set up. I'm not going to worry about this for now. We can pull it into Terraform later when we have decided how we want to org and stuff, because I certainly know I'm hopefully going to get a compute server soon that I'll do for some GCO stuff. We may want that to be in a different project so we can differentiate GCP and non-GCP, but that's problems for future us. Thoughts for future us.
Yeah, it'd be good to set a good structure. So if we do have a multi-cloud or stuff like that, it's very clear on that. Yeah. Or multi-data.
Which we kind of have in our IPs, but never really made use of it because I don't have a server anymore on-prem in my house. Okay, so this is our GCP base thing with our nice chunky server code. I semi-regret we've not made a module for compute instances. I'm not making one today. It's just we also have a client that is also a script and a file.
Yeah, I guess the original, it comes with what we were talking about earlier with the design pattern where we built this and then kind of plugged things on top of it. And one of the earlier design patterns was we weren't ever really going to have an addition any more clients defined in Terraform. We just spin them up from Nomad and let them be kind of ephemeral. So it didn't make sense to have them managed by Terraform because they'd be deleted at the end of the day in any case. So
should I be good though and make a module for boundary?
As we're kind of talking about best practices now, it seems sensible, although I wouldn't put it past us just to then do the exact same thing again.
This is access, isn't it?
Be PAM or...
PAM, that's what it's called.
PAM or IAM?
Module. What's the folder structure called?
Module.
Module. Main.tf. We need labels.tf. And then we're going to need then output.tf. Because this is going to have to output things that we load into the instance. We're going to do one of the weird things where the module is both depends on and is dependent on a different resource, which is fun. All right, let's shove that. No, come on. No, come on, Windows. Why Windows? Why aren't you?
Just do it to the other side. Oh, there you go.
I use the keyboard commands.
My Windows shortcut knowledge isn't that great.
Windows arrow key is sides. Windows control arrow key is no. Oh, there's a way of doing it between screens. I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
Windows. Okay. Things we need. We need all of this. So we've got our scope. So I need to pass in variable scope.
Are there any regex rules or like patterns that scope can be limited to if you want to do validation?
I think it's just no spaces.
Okay. At some point we should have a mess around with that stuff in a little bit more detail.
For now, we can just get something up. And then, so you have catalogs, which is a group of servers, and then the host, which is the servers. Do we want to? We could just do one host per catalog, or we can have catalog as like GCP. Like, I suppose, do I want this module to take in a list of servers to add to a catalog? Or do I want it to be one of these per server?
I guess the catalog should group servers. So I'm not sure if I would have it take it in as a list. I'm not sure if it would be what would be the best split if we wanted it by cloud provider or server role.
Well, it's like, is your project cloud, and then your catalog is server role. And this would be server IPs.
Yeah, I guess that project cloud and then catalog server role is probably the cleanest one. A little bit me is thinking, do we need is there any value in the differentiation between where it's hosted?
No.
The only thing it may be useful for is debugging if things are spread across.
But you could just tag stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, for now, the catalog could just be like main server. And then, yeah, like this will be one-to-one for now, but I will build it in a way that this works. So we need a catalog. Oh yeah, you can also do dynamic catalogs where you give boundary access to your cloud provider and it will just build the catalog for you. We're generating the stuff in Terraform. Some of the stuff we do may be dynamic, so maybe that'll be useful there, but still the thing that dynamic we're creating with code is like we're auto-scaling. So I reckon everything will just be dynamic and we're just gonna so everything will be static and the scripts that deploy things will just add them into Boundary. Because then we can have unique SSH keys for everything.
Yeah, I can't really think about what we're doing with the platform. There wouldn't be any real need for auto scaling at the moment. I guess the way it works almost more likely to auto scale through Nomad itself, through the client deploy, at which point it's back into Boundary. In any case, it's going through a predefined mechanism.
Yep. Name. Scope. Oh. Why? Why do I have to specify the scope ID? What does scope ID need to be? Please don't tell me a random string.
Just put it as a data source, surely.
No, this is a data source.
Oh.
The parent scope ID. Okay, so I can just do global. Oh, but that's the global scope ID is hard-coded global.
Once you get to the end of the tree, it's just
it can be hard-coded
in plain text. Yeah.
I'm fine by that. Scope ID is, yeah. So these can be data.boundary scope of this. Oh, I need to do a backend block. Okay. So this is going to be var.catalog name. I'm not going to care about description for now. Resource. Boundary. Loading host.
Does it make sense? I guess for now, find the host here.
I want host static, but looks things. Oops. It looks like they've deprecated some stuff.
Oh, fair enough. With the host, with this module, is the idea that you call it from the module that's making the compute.
Yes.
Just nest it in.
Yep. Or the same layer, the thing that's calling the thing that makes the compute. However you want to. Like, this module just needs to take IPs and will pass SSH keys out into the compute. Though I suppose technically you could have it that you also pass in the SSH keys. I just feel like this managing the auth is also quite nice, because if you wanted to change that to Vault, you would just change this module.
Yeah, at some point it'd be good to get that all running through Vault. I can't remember if we messed around with Vault and SSH keys in our platform yet. I know I've done it on a few client sites, but I don't think we've set it up.
Don't think so. This is telling you to use host static, which isn't in this doc.
Is your extension up to date?
Version 0.04?
No, your VS Code extension.
No, this is the docs. Well, sorry, the VS Code extension is. The docs saying, use this instead.
Oh.
I go to that page directly, page not found. I found a bug in the boundary docs. Great. Maybe I'll remember about that and raise a bug request after. Oh, I need host name. Okay, so this can be an object. This can be servers, and this can take in a object name and IP.
Would it not be a list of objects?
Yes. Yeah. And then for each var dots.
Can't do for each on a list.
No, you can't do that. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, you're going to do the 4.
Yeah, I have to go for s in var dot servers s dot name. Yes.
Are names guaranteed to be unique?
By writing them like this, they are. This is what we're calling our server names.
Yeah, I was just wondering if that from the module is the name of the server guaranteed to be unique coming from that block? Or does this just take a name, or does it take IP as well?
This takes name and IP. Sorry. Host. Yeah. Yeah. This takes an IP address and a name, which is how we link it.
I don't know if it's just worth mapping that s.name to s.name underscore s.ip, so you know that key entry is unique in the state file. You know, ever get any clashes?
I'm happy to say we should make sure our names are unique.
Cool.
Because this is in modules, so this is in that object. Yeah. The names have to be unique, and I'm pretty sure. Well, the other option is we. Actually, yeah, no, there's a better way of doing this. You're right. Let's do this properly. Is actually we go map string, no map object IP like that.
Yeah.
So it's the name is the key.
Yeah.
And then I can just be simpler now. And then I go var dot
each dot value dot IP.
Value dot IP. Yeah, lowercase. And then oh no, that's catalog ID. This just needs to be
data or mod.
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, this will put. This should just load in the static host into Boundary.
Perfect.
Assume I run it.
So now we've got all this up, we can test it works and then tear it all down.
Well, we're not adding the thingy yet. Let's go. We've not added the SSH.
That is true. Another, I guess, something that we'll do as part of this is separate that client, name my client out, because one of the reasons we suspect that our platform's behaving a little funnily is we're asking too much of our tiny main server.
Yes, we're gonna mess with our things. This is server 0. Yeah. And this needs to be. Oh god, this one's gonna be hard to do. Google Compute Instance dot main server. It's not telling me how to do it. GCP Terraform provider compute instance. Get Terraform search docs for me.
I remember, I think it's Azure where the networking is defined separately to the resource itself, which can sometimes be useful, but occasionally when you want to just pull stuff like this, it's a little bit more pain.
That gives me the internal IP.
We're just using Google Compute instance.
Yeah. So there's network interface.
Access config.
Is it access config?
I guess there's network interface and access config, which gives ephemeral. That's kind of the comment to saying is ephemeral get public ID. I don't know if that was pulled out.
The IP address, that would be one-to-one mapped to the instance network IP. I think it's NAT IP that we want.
Yeah, that would work as well.
Maybe. I mean,
Hit the button, hope for the best.
yeah. Yeah, that should just work. Oh, we need to put.
Do you want to put server 1 in?
What do you mean?
The client.
Oh, no, I'll just do this for now. I need to do authentication.
Are we going to do the thing we say we warn people about generating an SSH key and
We will be generating a SSH key in this Terraform file.
Yeah.
You are correct.
In
It's
our
fine.
case, as all of the people that have access to the state file have access to the cloud and console with enough permissions to destroy, create, and kind of do whatever they want to this box. It's not really adding in any additional risk, but for those of you deploying to slightly larger environments where you have more team members, if you ever create a SSH key in your Terraform, that SSH private key will live in the state file. So make sure you manage the access to that state file appropriately, so you don't accidentally give someone access to a box they shouldn't have, because people are never particularly happy to find out that you have access to a box which they haven't given you access to yet.
Can you? Do you have access to pull this information?
Auth method ID from Boundary, I can try.
Well, it's more the admin password.
Admin password.
If you go into HTTP,
Yeah, I can try and
find
pull it
it.
out.
Because as much as I'm happy to get all the information, it's easier if someone can just like add it while I'm not looking.
Do you want me to just put it into
HTTP if you can.
HTTP to TFC?
The var names are just going to be boundary _ and then the name of what it is.
Gotcha. I'm not sure if I can pull out an admin password just from the portal. I can.
I have one in my LastPass, so I can just. Well, I have the admin password in my LastPass, so I can just.
If it's in a shared vault in R1Pass, we can.
I doubt it. This is like old school stuff. I was surprised I found it and have yet to do anything correctly with it.
Fair enough.
Do I have a format? Nope. Terraform F2 -- save.
Oh yeah, this boundary cluster is old.
Yeah.
2023.
It's been chugging along.
I wonder if it's our oldest resource.
Well, I mean, it's pre. Yeah, I think it's pre us going to GCP.
Yeah.
I have pushed that, which means hopefully. Have you added? Oh, you didn't add the stuff to Terraform, did you? Because you didn't have.
Unfortunately, don't have access to the password.
Add variable. Auth method ID.
Yeah.
Nope, it's that one.
Our oldest Packer image, which is the other thing that we have in HTTP, is from the end of 2024. So predates everything by quite a bit.
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised they're still advertising console in HTTP.
Yeah, isn't that dying?
In 2 days' time.
Okay, that should be all the creds set up. Fingers crossed they're not stupid, and I'm now just going to put them to the world.
Yeah, 12th of November 2025, console's going to drop off HCP.
Oh. Network interfaces is a list.
To 0 and hope for the best.
Yeah. That's not helpful.
I think at some point I would like to, I don't know, it sounds like something that in my head would be fun to mess with, but also would be a nightmare to maintain, having a server with like 6 NICs attached to it.
Well, that's how you do, if you actually had like a local on-prem compute box, you'd have a NIC into the server, and then each of them would go to a VM.
Yeah. Good old network isolation. Do it at the physical layer, and then someone has to come and plug some cables in to mess with you.
Well, you can do VLANs and stuff a lot easier. So you can do like network layer VLANs instead of
virtual
software defined. But I suppose VLAN is virtual by name. My God, it's lists within lists. So main server is a list. Network interface is a list. Access config is a list.
Everything's good. Yeah, I guess, would you have multiple things? This is one of the things where it's almost easy just to go and open up the state file and just have a look.
Yep. You're welcome to if you want to go see what the actual IP is. As we're talking about SSH keys, I think we just loaded in public ones. It doesn't really matter too much what we're doing. I still don't really think I should open up the state file and just be like browsing it while we're on stream.
Yeah, I do wonder if there's like if you had enough time whether you could reverse a kind of private key from a public key.
I mean, that's the encryption problem. That's the quantum problem. They'll speed up the time.
Yeah, there are ways around that, but it's a bit of a
map. Oh, I did map object. Oh, God. Let's have a map of objects. Oh. No, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Map of objects. Given value is not suitable. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I forgot what I jumping around too much.
Oh, we didn't give it IP equals.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff in our state file is firewall related and networking.
Yeah, those have a lot of options. You could search the public IP address.
Yeah. Probably search the
that's-
private one as well.
Yeah.
To get to the resource. I can never remember what the public one is. Not that it really makes sense to.
That looks like the public one that we pulled out. I don't know why I'm trying to hide it. It's not like someone can really do much with the public IP address.
Also, if they just run a dig on our, if you run dig, not dig, it would be dig against our.
No, they're proxied.
The proxies, you get Cloudflare's endpoints back.
Yeah. So I have to dig in any of these.
I think it's standard in WSL.
It's only trying. Dig.
Yeah, just the Cloudflare ones.
Just how else.
Seeing you type that backwards a couple of times when I had a weird thing on a Windows VDI once going into Git Bash where whatever I copied, it pasted it backwards. I don't know. Such a weird thing. I don't know.
So, host catalog. It's saying this scope ID is not a valid project scope ID.
Isn't that the global scope?
No, because we're 2 layers down.
So do we need another data block in between to get?
We do need another data block. So this is, to the DCO and then platform.
Yeah.
That one is. This is where you need to be doing. You need to have like a central thing that manages all of this, and you can just use like workspace outputs to grab the information you want.
Yeah, it's quite. Linking state files together and pulling, using state as a remote data source is really nice when you get it working. Again, it's one of those things you do have to be slightly careful with about what gets access to what, because depending what's in your state file, you can.
Well, if you do output correctly, you can only pull the outputs, not the state file.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because Boundary is not similar to Vault in the way that the like namespace segregation works. Because Vault, you can do as many layers as you want, and any layer you can do anything. Boundary has this very clear org. It's like
I do kind of.
It's global org project.
I do prefer the kind of opinionated structure, because sometimes people start off like a namespacing structure and you just end up in an absolute mess because they haven't really thought through the outcome of just nesting namespaces, and it becomes ridiculous.
Scope name nil not found.
var.scope.
That's what I called it. But
Didn't give it a default. You pop calling it in the module call.
yeah. Oh, that's devcost ops. It's not devcost ops, it's platform. That's the issue.
Interesting. It complained about nil though. I guess the data, it got nothing back from that data source.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, that makes sense. Then the nil trigger.
This is the when you're using a provider hash you don't really care about, you can see the like it's not as nice as the other ones.
I do like nice error handling. It is always nice when you come across it.
Yeah. It doesn't take you a moment to work out what the error is actually trying to tell you.
Definitely. So sometimes going to like trace logs is kind of like a little bit mad. Looking at things.
I have never actually got any benefit from using trace logs. The amount of times I've gone, oh, I'll turn the trace logs on, see if I can work something out, and I don't think it's ever actually helped me.
I think it helped me once, but it was because the bit that was going wrong was like a low-level networking thing. So seeing the like it trying like the packets almost or the connection like establishment process, seeing that in detail was helpful. But yeah, most of the time you don't need trace logs.
Oh, we've got a. So we've not got a host. We don't have the target.
You're going to add an alias as well while we're at it.
I'm definitely going to add an alias. This is what I should have looked at, because this is the thing that gives you everything you need to create a target. Because to create a target, we have host.
Set.
I really don't have to use a host set. You can, yeah, we have to start. Okay. Okay. The problem with host sets is it's just like, especially you can do a host set per thing. I'm gonna try and just create a target and see what happens.
I imagine with host sets feel like them would be more useful for stuff like web services.
Yeah, I need to get into one of the web servers and see what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm now getting an issue that I'm having to do more in here. So I may make another module within this module.
This module's all the way down.
But I'm gonna do it, yeah.
We're going to end up with a very funky look addresses in our state file.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Name.
It's fine. It's not like you ever need to manually mesh with state.
Not anymore. They've fixed most of that reasons.
I'm curious. Let's go and look and see if the one that caused me no end of trouble has been resolved or not. There's not an easy way to resolve it.
Oh.
It's essentially an API works in. There's two ways to define a resource via an API.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember talking about that.
Yeah.
It's a problem with Vault. .name. Oh, I need to pass through this catalog IP. var.ip.
Just gonna have. So the submodule, we're looking to just put all of the server target stuff in, and then we can call loop through from the catalog. Is that the idea?
Yeah, there's going to be a few things that we're going to have to create per every server.
Yeah.
So this is the per every server part of this module. So one module that's the kind of the catalog set up, and it'll be the secret manager set up as well, and then another part that sets up each server individually.
That all checks out.
I can just copy this block actually. Oh, I need source. That's why it's not even useful. What are you complaining about? IP is not specified. An attribute named IP is required. Catalog ID is not specified. An attribute named catalog ID is required. I think I confused it.
It's really not happy. You have.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's not address. It's IP.
Yeah.
It's not host catalog ID. It's just catalog ID. There we go. Got there. Okay. This should create all the hosts. I could do a move block. I don't care that much. Now what I need is storage bucket. Don't think I need storage bucket.
I don't see why.
Oh, that's for PKI. Okay, I need creds is the next thing I need.
Is the SSH key a separate provider?
We need a cred. This is the vault one it's talking about. So I need boundary creds store static, I think. Well, there's private key. Yeah. Store static is the store, and then we make private keys. And then okay, let's talk about crest store per key. Store per target, because you just point to the store.
Yeah. I guess you would want to store per target. Oh, yeah, even if it's dynamic, because it should be unique.
Yeah.
The interesting one is if you're using something like if you're using Vault with signed certs or one-time password for your SSH.
Well, at that point, you could just have one vault for everything.
Yeah, you'd have one role.
And you're kind of going boundaries thing that controls who can talk to what. Vault just then gives the access when boundary says it's fine.
If you're using certificates, you'd probably want to split them based on okay, although because I guess boundary injects the credentials, you don't need to worry so much about spoofing where you would with other systems, because the kind of the way the signed key works is the SSH agent on the box just validates that your SSH key has been signed with its trusted signing keys, or well, it's not even it's just the signing keys it trusts.
Yeah.
So if you get an SSH key for another box that uses the same CA, essentially, it's not actually a CA in this case, you could log on. So if you're just using that with Vault directly and people getting their SSH keys signed, then they can take that to other boxes. But if you're using Boundary, because it injects it into your session, the user never sees it. So it's not,
Yep.
You don't have the same risk. One of the benefits of doing things in a more centralized way and kind of obfuscating as much as possible, well, obfuscating as much of the process from the user, not to make their life well, in its ways to make their life easier rather than harder, and in the process that you gain some security benefits if they don't need to care about credentials.
I mean, that's the main way you can get people to care about security, is by making security actually easier than harder.
My philosophy on security is, if you want to make someone do something the secure way, make the secure way the easy way.
Yep.
And there's two ways to get there. You either make the insecure ways very complicated and hard to do with controls and locking things down, or you just make the secure way incredibly easy to do, which is the way I prefer to do, because then everyone's happy.
You can use this ED 25519 for SSH20. I think that's what we did for
Yes.
when we were messing with the other day. Cool.
So.
So that's our SSH key loaded in. I'm just going to output SSH key public. Make it very clear this is going to be the public one. TLS.public key pem. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe key would be the sensitive part of that.
Oh, it's very explicit. It's private key pem. Okay. And then the next thing I need to do is create a target. I may need to split this file up.
Yeah, if you're under 100 lines, you're fine, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what the longest file I've ever written. I don't think. Did some projects in uni where was still learning coding and didn't really understand like making things in little components. I think I had a bot that would play 3D tic-tac-toe, and I think that may have got to 1,000 lines of nested if statements. It worked really well.
Mine probably was DirectX. Because just to do anything in DirectX takes a lot. Okay, so host source IDs. Think this could be a host source?
Give it a try. That would make sense.
This .id. Sure, let's see if it works. That's all. Someday I will make the system better.
I'm surprised you just haven't installed Terraform on Windows yet.
I installed it last week, I think. I don't know.
Do you use Choco for your Windows installs?
No.
You just dump the binary in your path and.
I don't really install that much Windows, but yeah, last time I've done something, I just dumped it in the path.
Yeah, I think every time I'm on a Windows machine as a client, Choco is not allowed. So it's either you use a company portal or you just dump a binary onto a path.
Well, there's the WinGNUI or something. Windows has made its own
and package manager.
Own package manager.
Module target.
Main server. Nope, it's not main server. It's this one. Equals that.
I'm impressed by your formatting. I always just do it with Terraform format while I'm writing it.
If it's like 2 spaces, it's easier to manually do it than to get Terraform than like run the Terraform command.
I think it's just force of habit. I think my Terraform development, whenever I do it, is very now like habitual. It's like write Terraform code, format Terraform code, validate Terraform code, then do Git stuff and see.
Very rarely actually run Terraform format. My Terraform code is normally horrendous.
I guess the other thing of format is it does run like a first level validate, so the syntax needs to be good enough for the format to find it as the blocks.
Definitely means you've not done any silly formatting mistakes.
Yeah. Although sometimes if you end up with a lot of when you're trying to split logic in Terraform into multi-line statements, the formatter doesn't really understand the indentation for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't like the source just being
a static host. So it doesn't, and we need the host group.
So we need a host set.
So many layers.
Yeah, I think it does make sense when you're, and there's going to be I think it does make sense if you're a big organization. But because of the level that really like maybe the catalog should be GCP, and then the host sets are server, client, like the other benefit of host sets is you could be like Nomad, Vault, Console, like you can actually have lots of sets.
No, that's fair.
So while I think we need to have a host set per server, just so you can connect to the one server directly, we may also want more host sets to like group things up quickly.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Big fan of sort of topologies of systems and building them in a way that makes it easy to consume. You kind of get a lot of information out of the structure of the data itself.
And then I just need to
keep on wanting to write feety.
Yeah, I want to write feet. And my brain just like types.
Just adds the Y.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Is it real-time questioning of your decision?
Probably. What am I doing? Why am I here? Well, this like wouldn't have created the target. Oh, we did get a target.
Nice.
Didn't get any credits though. Add the host, then we can see what's happened.
The bit that binds it all together.
Yeah, so the target is like failing to create. Credential, so it doesn't like the cred source as well.
Is that not in the big target block, or is that?
Well, it's pointing to the Vault.
Oh, it uses Vault. We put static, yeah.
Store static. Okay, can I? We're going to target, add inject. This is the server 0. Oh, so it needs me to pass in. Oh, okay, yeah. So the static store can be used for multiple.
So you need to give it the particular ID of that one.
Yeah. And then it's got multiple quotes within it. So what I'm probably going to do is move this up a layer.
Yeah.
And then pass it in.
Makes sense. Wow, this is incredibly lightweight. Some of the docs for the resources.
Oh, yeah. And then I need variable creds.
Do you have any references what you would use the JSON credentials for boundaries?
No idea.
I wonder if you could use it as put a JWT in there.
Maybe. I imagine it would just, whatever server you're connecting to, it would just give that JSON block as authentication. Which I'm sure there's some client that was like, hey, I need to be able to do this to be able to use your product. And Hashi were like, yeah, we'll take your money. So this needs to be var.scope ID. And then I need that one. I think that Y there as well.
Yes, now it's sort of front and center of your mind.
It's next to T, so it must just be like double tapping somehow.
Need to get wider keys.
I mean, my keycaps are standard width. Maybe they need more of a space between them.
Gap them out.
That's what I just did, doesn't it? Because oh, what am I doing? She'd really like pay attention to boundary code store static dot this dot ID. Generally dislike using the same commit message twice, but sometimes it's like these are the same commit. These should be the same commit.
Oh, what was it? I remember
this should not have taken us an hour.
We're meant to tear down the platform. What was the commitment? I remember seeing it was like this plus this plus plus.
Well, at least they incremented it.
Yeah.
It's when it's just a wall of the same message that's just like test or delete or try again.
It's fine. You then just squash them when you merge, and all of that pain is lost. Did you not provide a credential store ID?
Why did that type of scope? I have no idea. Oops.
Everything's
I don't know how I did that.
Tab complete.
Maybe, but I'm like 90% sure I was on the right one. Maybe just red ID at the end. I was like, yeah, it's that one. But let this run, and then we can call it.
Hopefully it'll succeed. Getting ahead of yourself.
Hopefully. Not that we can test it, but hopefully we'll have a valid target.
Successful apply is good enough for me. Tactfully clicks off the screen, injects some HTML behind, clicks back. apply happy.
There we go. Didn't do anything. We got injected creds, just username and key pair. Got host sources. Not really messing with workers. We probably should. And then we got our server. And then we can connect aliases and stuff to it later.
Heck, when we go big budget, we can spin up all the workers.
Or just one. One's fine.
Oh, that's fine. Cool. Well, managed to get that timed pretty well in the end for a 1 hour target. So thank you for watching, everyone. It's been a pleasure to have you here. If you're watching on Twitch, if you can give us a follow, and then if you're catching this later on YouTube, a subscribe and likes are also greatly appreciated, as long as we're ringing that bell to catch future episodes. Until next time, bye.
Bye.